like to welcome all our viewers. We are live here at Daytona. We're running our season opener for the grandpaskitchen.com Last Man Standing Motorsports GTE series. We've got about 20 or so drivers in the field. I can't quite see how many we got right now. Try to get that information for you here shortly. But Daytona Motor Speedway runs a 24-hour race just like this with 5 car classes in January every year. They come down this year. They've got an LMP, which is Le Mans prototype, LMP1 class, or in the Daytona world, they call it the DPI, which is the Daytona Prototype International. So you'll hear those classes interchanged depending on which race you're watching. If you're racing a IMSA style race, you'll be hearing the DPI, which is what we usually run. But in iRacing, they have the Le Mans prototype, so we run LMPs. And then also at the Daytona race, they run 2 other classes of prototypes called LMP2 and LMP3. They're a little bit slower, but they look almost the same. So when you're watching a race with all 5 classes in them, it's really hard to tell who's driving what. So they have different colors and things on the doors. We are all running in what's called the GTE class. This is our GTE series running at the Daytona International Speedway road course. So we have in the IMSA world, they're called GTLM or GT Le Mans cars. And that's what these cars are. There's a Corvette. There's a Ford GT. There is a Porsche 911, a BMW M8, and a Ferrari 488. Those are the 5 cars that we have tonight. And all of them are present. So you can see as we watch through the race, the camera will be trying to catch the most exciting action, and you should be able to watch and see the different cars as they go around. Everybody does their own paint or picks a custom paint, so all the paints you see on the cars are picked by the drivers, and everybody kind of has a lot of fun with that. A lot of guys paint their own cars, so it can get pretty exciting. So I'm going to run out and do some qualifying right now, so I'm going to drop off the chat for a little bit. You'll hear racing chat if anybody pipes into the race server. Throughout the race, the iRacing chat will be active, and you can hear anybody talking in there. Glad you're here with us. Hope all the viewers enjoy the race. There's somewhere between 15 and 20 drivers. I couldn't get an exact number. I was looking for it, and only 15 have gotten on the track so far. But the laps aren't in yet, so I don't know where everybody's at. So I'll be back in a little bit. Just as I'm doing my warm-up lap here, just a little heads up. On the bottom right of the screen, you'll see what's called a relative screen. That relative screen will show you the highlighted driver in orange will be who you're watching. And then from there, you'll see the distance and position between that driver that you're watching and the other drivers on the track near them. So if you see somebody that's like 0.8 and they're below the driver's name, that means they're 0.8 seconds behind them on the track. And then if they're, say they're 2.2 and they're above them, that means they're 2.2 seconds ahead of them. One thing to note during the race, you'll see the colors of those names change. A grayed out color means they're in the pits. A blue color means they're a lap down to whoever you're looking at the time. And a red color means they're a lap ahead of the car that you're currently watching. So give you a little heads up on what the relative does. Also here, while I'm finishing up another lap, if you're used to NASCAR qualifying, this is our qualifying session, but this is not NASCAR, so you'll notice that we're all out here together. In NASCAR qualifying, usually the cars are out one at a time, but this is not. This is IMSA road courses, and when you're in a road course, everybody kind of goes out together and does their laps. It's difficult when you're close with other cars because you might have to slow down because somebody's in the way, or maybe somebody's a little bit slower than you. That's all part of road racing. So if you're wondering why we're all out here together during qualifying, that's why. And up on the top right of your screen, above the relative screen that I was talking about earlier, hopefully I said it was on the right. Up on the top right of the screen, you'll see the standings. So right now, Bill Edwards has the provisional pole. We're about halfway through qualifying. And then right behind him, we got Philip Scott, followed by Jason Moore. Oh, not Jason Morris anymore. Jason Morris's time is now gone for some reason. But we've got Bill Edwards, followed by Philip Scott. Then John Cannizzaro, Tim Allman, myself, Paul Allen, Paul Bilson, Michael Mooney, Zach Howell, Aaron Mack, currently in the top 10. But as we do our laps, you'll see those times will change. And the order will change because some guys will get a really good lap in. It's your best lap during this qualifying session. That's a possibility with the 15 minutes that you can run up to 9 laps of qualifying. So it gives you a good chance, even with other cars on track, still gives you a really good chance to get a good solid lap in. think I'm pretty much done with my qualifying. There's still a minute and a half to go, but I just messed up one of my laps, but I got a pretty good time in. I got a 1:41.8, which is my best time so far today. So pretty happy with that. I got one of the leaders or the leader, provisional pole sitters right behind me. So I'm going to do a pit stop, and I got to call out here on the radio, let him know I'm going to be pitting in so he doesn't run into the back of me. Just one of the courtesies while you're out on track. There's a pit limit, speed limit you have to follow. 55 miles an hour here at Daytona Motor Speedway. So everybody has to kind of get woed down to that 55 as they enter the pits. If you go over that, you get a black flag. You'll either have to stop in the pits or you'll be stuck with coming back in next time. Either you have to stop and wait in the pits or you'll have to come back around and stop again. So do not speed in pit lane. Big thing, big thing. There are buttons and controls on these electronic cars that will help you not do that. You can still do it. I'm going to drop back down to the lobby chat, talk with the guys, so be back later on if I can and when I can, and do some more announcing, tell you what's going on. So again, thanks everybody for being here. Appreciate you, and hopefully we put on a good show for you tonight.
And that is Ron Gaivo's rules to the road there. So he's really good at doing that and administering the league. I am Michael Mooney, and we'll be in car 88. And we figured we'd jump up here. We're stepping over all them talking because we're up here in the broadcast booth. But yes, we got Bill Edwards and Chip out there already. I'm going to ride for first couple laps here and see what we can do about getting through some of this traffic and go from there. They're all worried that I'm going to say stuff and be impolite up here, but that's not true. I handle this stuff all the time. So from 10th spot, looking forward, we've got Paul on our inside, Paul in front of us, Paul Bilson and Paul Allen. Got a couple old guys towards the front. Ron's a little bit ahead of us. Tim's in third. Just getting ready for this green flag. The season starts. A lot of pushing and banging there. We hit Mr. Allen here in front of us. Hopefully it's not too bad for us. Looks like he's got a little dent, so we probably do too. So that was not a fun corner for about 3 drivers, it looked like. Looks like Joe's already got so much damage he's pulled out. He's got 1 to drop. We're not even 1 lap in. Penalties with turn 1 being just overdriving. Or too cautious in driving. Could have been that too. But we're through that. We're chasing Zach and Paul. Tires aren't all the way warmed up the way they should be yet. Tires warm up, traction builds in, car gets faster. Sounds simple, it is simple. So that is lap 1 for the season at Daytona Road Course. We'll ride for another lap with you, and probably on the back stretch we'll there goes Paul, getting inside of him. And then I'll probably go down to the lobby, come up later, hopefully not after I've wrecked. So, let's see if we can't get past Zach before we get there. Walking up the brakes too much. So we'll leave you to watch, enjoy the race.
Hey everybody watching the stream, hopefully you're still here watching us. We got quite a bit of action going on out here on the track. As you noticed from lap 1, turn 1 was quite a handful for a lot of people.
Sure was, Ron.
Did you get caught up in that at all, Michael?
I tapped the back of Paul Allen. Otherwise, fairly clean.
I managed to skate by to the left of all of that as it happened. And being on the inside, I took 3rd spot. With all the fast guys that were up front of me, I qualified, I think, 7th.
Yes, I think that's where he was.
And I came out of that turn 1 incident in 3rd.
The inside line, not seeing the actual replay, it sounds like it was the best spot to be because I was outside and kept looking for more and more room outside.
I think there was quite a log jam there. And then International Horseshoe, I guess there was a little more action. So,
yep.
1 and 4. Lap 1 took out quite a few of the fast guys, at least up front. A few of them are still here. I know Tim Allman was in it. He was very quick today. He's still here in 5th spot. Paul Bilson was in it. He's back in 8th.
We only had lost 2 drivers from the race. It started the green.
Well, that's pretty good attrition rate. Everybody's still in it then. Most everybody. I think Jason was the one that dropped after that. Jason and Joe dropped after that incident, and I think Jason was the one that caused the turn 1, and Joe caused the turn 4.
I believe you're correct. And no, I don't think either one of us should go check the replay right now.
No.
I'm waiting for the actual replay. I served a penalty for turning Zach. I didn't even really feel it. I thought I was on the inside of him, and I saw him disappear on the relative and out of the rear view, so I knew something happened. So I took my drive-through penalty. I hope it was uncalled for drive-through, but either way.
Behind you guys when that happened, I didn't see because I was too far back. but it did look like the two of
Oh
you
no,
were together
yeah,
and got
I got
together.
the contacting. I don't know if it was a net code. I don't know if it was. If you're in question, might as well take the penalty and do the drive-through instead of losing a lap later. Because really, all I've done is lost. Well,
To get everybody to the end on these. But we're over halfway. We're well over halfway. 20 minutes to go. As you've noticed watching the stream, those that are watching, the sun has come up. Started in the dark. Rolled through sunrise. We did sunrise quickly, so hopefully it didn't affect too many people. But I know it was an issue for you, Mike.
colorblindness is a pain in the butt.
Well, unfortunate.
Can't do anything about it. Still carrying the 14 seconds of damage from the initial contact with Paul Allen. So there's a few people already pitting.
Yeah, I'm out here jabbering away, and Zach's picked up a full second since I got in the broadcast booth. So
I was still gaining on Tim and Zach, but I took time to pit, but Tim also pit, so. So from this distance, drivers should be able to make it to the end. So when they take the pit, do they take tires?
yeah, that's the question. I mean, my tires look pretty good. I think most people, if they're driving clean, they should be able to keep those tires on it. But depends on how hard they're pushing with the brakes through the corners. You lock them up, you're going to waste those tires off in the front.
I know Tim did not take tires. He was in and out pretty quick.
I got one more lap around, and I'm going to go in. So if, I don't know that the camera's on me by any means. I'm definitely not the most exciting driver out here.
Well, I know at some point it had to be on Zach and I. We were nose to tail for laps.
Hey, Jeff, how's it going?
Yeah.
Good. I've been here for about 20 minutes. Just listening to
Well, you could broadcast here with us.
that.
Tell us what's going on.
That's a lie. I was gonna. I don't. Assuming that timing between when I see it on the screen and when I say it probably doesn't match up. But I just got home and fired everything up to see how it's doing.
Cool. I'm glad to have you with us. Yeah, you're about a 3-4 second delay.
I watched the end of qualifying and started the race while I was having something exciting.
Yeah, turn one didn't work
I
out so
commented
well.
on this one, but I may have commented on Mooney's. But see, the qualifying time, glad I wasn't there. Some quick laps.
There was some quick laps. I'm impressed with Chip's times because his practice times were even better than his practice times last night.
Ron and third.
Trying to hang on. 82% tire. I think I'm going to keep it. So here we are at pit stop zone. 33 laps in. getting the last bunch of fuel here.
You know, you could take a little extra time
I
there.
appreciate that, but I didn't.
You didn't? Okay.
Now I just got to not hit the wall coming out pit lane. For the viewers that aren't drivers that have not raced at Daytona, the most dangerous corner at Daytona is the exit of the pit lane. There's a big wall as you exit pit lane that has no mercy. It's a big concrete wall. And it is ruthless if you hit it. It just take your front tire right off. So for our viewing audience, we are at lap 33 currently, out of an anticipated 44 to 45 laps tonight. We are running on time. When you race in IMSA races, you run on time, not number of laps. Ooh, a little yellow there in a bus stop. Somebody backing up onto the track. Managed to hold on to the brakes until I got past, so that was nice.
Yep, they're still sitting there.
Man, Zach must have had a really good pit stop. He's caught 2 more seconds up on me with the pits. I better actually start concentrating on racing here.
No. I'm trying to catch Zach and I'm trying to catch Tim. So, and then you're actually getting closer. So, this race for 3rd through 6th is getting closer as the laps wind down. Drive away again.
Yeah, coming off that banking with this track, when you're at these types of tracks, we're at a Speedway, NASCAR Speedway, running road cars on it. So turn 1 here, and when we go to the Miatas on Thursday, turn 1 is diving off the embankment on the main stretch onto the infield, and you're going flat out in the highest gear you can get to, and then you have to kind of bring it down to 2nd and 1st gear sometimes to get around that first turn. So it's quite a challenge for most of the drivers to be consistent through that, myself included.
I did the terrible thing of, ooh, I'm catching, and completely forgot to brake.
I think Zach's got himself some spirited run here on the winding down to this last 10, 11 laps to go. He's trying to catch me now. So. Fun race so far.
Well, there's still 2 old guys in the top 5. It's just different ones now.
Well, I've been in the top 5 since turn 1.
No, but Tim was there,
yeah.
and I just took the spot from him. So now I'm trying to catch Zach. Crank on these tires. Don't give it back to Tim. I did. Don't wreck him. It's your teammate. I don't care. I want the spot.
As the competitive with our own team.
Oh, I want to pass Zach too. I want to race you for 3rd. I want the podium. As I started my stream with, I said goal was top 5. and I've just now I'm now up here against the wall. Well, everyone's trying to. I'm in the wrong gear. I just gave it all up. I got turned and there's no way for me to catch this now. Dang it!
Guess we should tell the viewers too that the reason we are here now instead of earlier in the race is it's really hard to break concentration at all during the beginning of a race. All the cars are really close together. And even though by yourself you still have to hit all your marks, as Mooney has shown you with his incident.
Well, I didn't lose
Okay.
it. I got turned. I got in front of Tim,
Oh,
and
Tim
then
got
Tim bumped me and spun me around. Yeah.
Well, that's it. You got to stay. You got to concentrate when you're close to these drivers. I mean, if you watch like the IMSA races, the start of the race, everybody's real close together for quite a while,
Oh yeah.
and it was no different here tonight. I mean, we had everybody real close together. I mean, even after that turn one, first and second got away, but third through seventh, we were right on each other for quite a while, kind of switching back and forth a little bit. I made a little bump there in turn one once and let you guys by, and then you guys got a bump when I got back by. So
Yeah, I rode the corner poorly and was trying to get back under control. Had to slow down, but hadn't started to slow down yet, and he just caught me and spun me. So, I do believe he's doing a drive-through now. So,
but that's why we're here in the broadcast booth late in the race, because it's
Yeah,
really hard to do it early in the race.
it's much, yeah, it is much easier. But, and I don't know how my tongue is sore. I bit my tongue, so.
Was it that bump from the back? He got hit by a teammate there?
Oh, yeah, that's what it was, yeah. I get backstretch. I'm going to probably move down out of the booth and,
Okay. Yeah, you can leave me up here. I'm good.
unless someone else here wouldn't mind moving me down.
If I can, but I will if I can.
Thank you, Mike.
So let's see. Let's do a little driver review here. Bill Edwards, last season's GTE champion, is out front. He's got a 27-second gap to second place Philip Scott. Philip joined us midway through the season too. Really fast, obviously, staying up front, avoided the mess at the beginning. Bill is from the Midwest. He's been running with Last Man Standing Motorsports for about 3 seasons, I believe. Philip Scott's only been with us for a little while. Not sure where he's from. He's fairly new to our group. We don't hear a lot from him. He's a pretty quiet driver. I'm third place right now. I'm not quiet, so I'm in the west, but not west. I'm in the Mountain West in Utah, which is where our sponsor's from, by the way. Our sponsor, Grandpa's Kitchen. You can visit them on grandpaskitchen.com. They provide all kinds of gluten. Trying to make those non-gluten. Good products, good people, great people. I know the family very well, and Known them for about 30 years now. And those guys have a great product, great company. So jump over to grandpaskitchen.com to check out the offerings for your gluten-free needs. So, and then Last Man Standing Motorsports, might as well put in a plug for Last Man Standing. That's our sponsored league here. It's where we race. We race all kinds of stuff. And David Visser, who's here in the booth with us, is the organizer and creator of Last Man Standing Motorsports. So, David, thanks for putting all this up for us. We appreciate your efforts in making a league for us.
I try.
Yeah, he's had a little incident early on in the race, so I think he dropped out early, but definitely.
I had to. My foot just wouldn't allow me to continue.
Yeah, some of us have turn.
I love that song.
I also have fellow teammate from Old Guy Racing, Jeff Wyatt, here in the booth with us. Jeff, how's the baseball game tonight?
Well, I couldn't be here.
I know, there was a baseball game, right? How'd it go?
Yeah, I'm trying not to talk.
Okay. So we're back onto the racetrack. We're here at Daytona Motor Speedway.
Hey, my son, first varsity star. Take
Nice.
that. Second at bat, stand up, 2-run double.
Woohoo! Couple of ribbies.
Yep. We got slaughtered.
Yeah. You got out on the field. That's good. Got on the field. Got some runs. Got some hits. Got some errors, I'm sure.
Our team needs a little work. That's okay.
Yeah, it's nice to be back to baseball season again. Preseason for the pros should be firing up anytime now. I'm trying to watch them in between watching all the racing and doing all the racing. I'm working on the road this week, or next week. So next week's race, when we're at, where are we at, David? Nürburgring?
I believe it's Nürburgring Grand Prix.
Okay, so next week's race, when we're at Nürburgring Grand Prix, I'll be broadcasting our session from the Hilton Garden Inn in downtown, where am I going? Shreveport, Louisiana. So those viewers from the south, I'll be right there with you. Hopefully the snow's cleared and we can stop boiling water. I might have to bring my own case with me. But yeah, they got hit with a big snowstorm down there. But we're going down to work anyway because we got to get it done. We're building servers and network switches for a company I'm working for, so it'll be exciting. And Tuesday night I'll be here in the booth. Might have to get the controller out to get a lap in so I don't get
somewhere watching
provisional.
baseball.
Yeah, this Tuesday league for me with working on the road is going to be tough. I think, Jeff, you're in the kind of the same boat with the baseball season. Ooh, we're getting down there. We got a few laps to go here, maybe 5, 6.
I'm gonna jump back down to the lobby just so I can hear everybody cry.
Okay. Scott second, myself, Ron Gaibo here in third. I got Zach Howell 13 seconds back. He is catching, but he's only catching about a second a lap. And we should only have about 5 laps to go, so it should be okay if I don't screw something up. The amount of concentration it takes a lot, so. Let's see, we haven't talked about the track, so let me tell you a little bit about Daytona. Daytona originally started by Bill France, I believe, in the 50s. And they had to, in order to get the banking on the turns at Daytona is 31-degree banking. If you are driving your family car on the 31-degree banking, like here at the track, and you are going slower than 65 miles an hour, your car will actually slide down the banking. Fourth place, making sure I got enough fuel to get to the end. But anyway, the banking here was actually made. It's all sand in Daytona, so they had to do. They had to dig out the infield, which you can't really see on the race unless you get a overhead shot. But there is a lake, Lake Lloyd, they call it. And that lake in the infield is the dirt that they used to make the bankings. So 31-degree bankings on flat ground in Florida comes from digging a hole. And this is not an oval track. This is what they call a tri-oval for the main track. And then at turn 1, or right past the start-finish line of the tri-oval, the cars dive down into the infield on a couple hairpin turns. And there's about 4 hairpins. You come in to the left, and then you go through International Horseshoe, then another horseshoe, and then out onto turn 7 onto the main racetrack again at turn 1. So that's kind of how they carved this thing out. Daytona is called the World Center of Racing. It's where NASCAR kind of officially began in the early days in the 50s when they used to race out on the beach, on an oval that they had created out on the beach here, pretty close to where the track is now. So enough about track facts. We've got just a few laps to go here. Hopefully we'll be able to hang on to this spot for the finish. Let's see, talk about some more drivers here as we're finishing up. Zach Howell, been with Last Man Standing probably since close to the beginning. When we started racing road races with another league we were sisters with before, so he's been around a long time with us. Let's see, Tim Allman, Tim Allman started. That was the leader, Bill Edwards, taking the white flag, letting us all know there's 1 to go. So this time by for me, I'll get the white flag and do my last lap. Let's see, Tim Allman just started with us the end of last season. Very fast driver, had a little incident there with the guys on turn 1, lap 1, and he's fallen back, but clawed his way back up to 5th. And then Michael Mooney, been around longer than I have. I don't know.
The very beginning.
Quite a while. You've had to put up with him since the very beginning?
Actually, me and Aaron invited him to the league.
Awesome.
And we knew him before that in another league.
There's the white flag for me. My slowest lap of the race is I'm trying to go through incident free here and stay 10 seconds ahead of Zach. Got a lap car in front of me. So Mooney's been around for a long time. Mooney hails from the northeastern Ohio area. I was working a job in West Virginia a couple weeks ago and actually was able to swing by close to his house. Met him in New Philadelphia, Ohio. Actually got to meet him, and we sat down and enjoyed a little pizza together. So it's really cool to meet the guys here in the league. And earlier, I don't know when it was. When did? Oh, Thanksgiving.
Night before
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Night before Thanksgiving, I was able to meet David here, who's in the booth with me. We enjoyed some, I think it was steak, wasn't it? It was better,
Yep.
it was better than pizza. We had a few more choices in Las Vegas to find places to eat than Michael and I did in New Philly. And I got to drive home in a snowstorm. So
Yeah.
All right. Here's the checkers for me. All right. All right, so we'll wind it down here from the broadcast booth. Again, this is Ron Gaibo from Big Wizard TV. We are closing it up here at the final of the race number 1 for the Last Man Standing Motorsports series, sponsored by Grandpa's Kitchen. Appreciate those guys being on board and hope you guys enjoyed the show. We will see you for the Grandpa's Kitchen race next week at Nürburgring, and Last Man Standing will be up and running on Thursday night with the Miatas. We're going to be over at the Phoenix International Raceway, having some fun over there. So we'll catch you then. Have a great night.